Hello everyone, welcome back to Piofiore, Faded Memories, Secret Boy Route, or as we now can call him because we know his name, Henry. Yeah, so at the end of the last video, I was unsure of how to say his name, so I went and just listened to a bunch of other people say his name. I went to reviews of the game. Don't worry, I didn't spoil myself on anything, but I listened to people reviewing the game say his name, and I listened to other people who have played this game in a Let's Play. I went to the exact part where he says his name. Majority of the people have said Henry. Of the many people I checked, I only heard 2 people pronounce it however he said it. So yeah, we're gonna stick with Henry. That's what I'm going with. That seems to be what most people say, so yeah. But anyways, the last video was weird. It was the weirdest start to a route we've ever had. I'm probably gonna be finishing this game a lot sooner than I thought I did because the first 4 chapters of his route were basically just Gil's route. There were only those few small differences, but we are now finally actually on his route. I am wondering how's this gonna go though, since I'm still with Gil. Like, how am I gonna make contact with him? This is like the one time I'm not living with the dude whose route I'm on, so I'm not too sure how that's gonna work out. I do feel kind of bad though. Like, I feel that maybe these next chapters are gonna be great, and even if that is the case, I still feel bad for Henry because he's getting gypped out of the first 4 chapters of his routes. Like, that's not cool. Again, I understand if they want like the scenario to be the same as it was in Gil's route, but I feel like there could have been a better way to go about that. Like, maybe at the start of the route be like show a flashback of the first 4 chapters and then we go to right here or something, or I don't know, just do something different. Don't chip him out of the first 4 chapters. I am still very excited to continue today. I'm really liking Mr. Henry Secret Boy Director here, so I'm excited to learn more. So, Gil, I'm sorry I'm late. I ran to Gil, who was standing in front of the church, and he greeted me with a smile.
Yeah, 大して待ってねえよ。気にするな。それで、そっちの守備はどうだ?
I met the man I'm leaving you for. We can only use the church at certain times, but I got approval from Sister Sophia. And honestly, poor Gil. I spent all this time with him. I did the first half of his route, and now I'm gonna be like, bye, I'm not into you.
そうか。グラッツェ、リリー。屋敷に戻ったら、ダンテとヤンに連絡する。少なくともカジノの件は、今夜にでも直接会って話しておきたいからな。
I wonder if Nicola's gonna die again. Understood. We nodded at each other and left the church. As we walked through Creta's streets, we heard a disturbance nearby. What's going on? I wonder what's going on. We hurried down the street. The usual shopping area in Creta was shrouded in unusual air. The people were yelling at each other, with fights cropping up all over. What is going on here? Oh, right. How could I forget the fake news articles? I still can't get over the Dante one. Ugh. That's lies. As I stood there in shock, the wind blew something into my arms. Very conveniently, a paper blew into my arms. Extra edition? Berlone Mafia in peril! An article was claiming the Mafia to be evil. It also wrote that the Italian government was moving to get rid of the Berlone Mafia. Okay, couldn't the Italian government just come out and say that that's not even true? Those cooperating with the Mafia, and those doing business with them, as well as those who show favor to the Mafia, will be arrested. It even said that the government had approved use of torture against suspects. That can't be real. The article went on to say that the new anti-mafia policies in Berlone had extended to Sicily. The article ended on that ominous note. This is absurd. Even Gil was frowning, reading the article from behind me. The people suddenly stopped their bickering. Those who were closest to Gil looked flustered as they swallowed their words. Yeah, you were talking all big before. Not anymore. Some looked anxious. Others glared in anger. All eyes were on Gil now.
Mafia なんてさっさと有罪になっちまえばいいんだ。
A single shout of hatred ignited the rest of the crowd in a fury of insults.
そうだ。俺たちの金を返せ。
You didn't take anything.
偽札なんて作るようなやつ、信じた俺たちがバカだったんだ。
You people, you people,
い
you.
い。あんたが怒ることじゃねえ。
But Gil, they're dumb. They're idiots. They don't get it. He gently held me back as he looked quietly over the
ど
crowd.
けろ。
His voice was calm yet firm. Everyone stopped clamoring, and the whole street fell silent. Yeah, you're gonna talk like that. He's gonna just say scram. You're gonna be like, ah! With his hand on my shoulder, Gil and I walked through the crowd. Each time Gil stepped forward, the people parted to make a path in front of us. Gil guarded me as he headed to the manor. I bit my lip in sadness and frustration. Well, this sucks. I was drinking in the lounge as I recalled what happened earlier. I gave a smirk.
まさかリリーがかばってくれるなんて。な
Oh, Gil. Honey, don't. Being jeered at was nothing unusual for the
俺
mafia.
たちはどこまで行っても所詮犯罪者。普段どれだけ良好な関係を築けていたって、そんなもんは何かの拍子で脆く崩れ去る。
And yet, Lily got angry about it. Gil. Don't get attached, don't.
たく。いい子だよな。
Yeah,
本当に。
Just be like, she's too nice and friendly and keep it at that. That was also a reason why I needed to think of how to treat her moving forward. If I were to put Lily's safety first over the Visconti,
ギルバート、報告することがある。
I stopped thinking for a moment and looked up.
お前の裁判に向けて資料を集める傍ら、通貨同盟についても洗ってみた。各国政府は同盟に対して何の働きかけもしていない。やはり通貨同盟という名だけを何者かが手よく利用していると見て、
さすがオリバーだな。よくやってくれた。そこまで見えてるなら話は早い。
ギルバートは私を働かせすぎだ。
I chuckled, seeing my treasurer sigh.
確かに働かせてはいるが、その分破格の報酬を払ってるつもりなんだがな。
I looked at the clock in the room. It was about time. For what? I gulped down the remainder of my glass, then stood up from the sofa.
ギル、
Are you
ジャ
going
ケ
to
ッ
the
トを
church?
忘れている。
My eyes widened.
どうした？
Oliver tilted his head in bewilderment. I explained to him while putting on the jacket I left on the sofa.
お前、今ギルって呼んだだろう。珍しいと思っただけだ。久
Aw,
々
how
だな。
cute.
ああ、そうか。とっさに出たようだ。すまない。
別に謝ることじゃねえよ。いい加減ギルって呼んでもいいんだぜ。
いや、遠慮させてくれ。
そうか。そういえば、
Do you have a younger brother?
弟は元気か？
Since when?
ああ、ギルベルトなら最近はドイツで仕事をしているようだ。
Your brother's name is also Gilbert?
弟の愛称と立てるべきボスの愛称が同じというのはどうもな。
Is that why you call him Gilbert?
やりにくいというか、落ち着かない。
I chuckled. I raised a hand in farewell as I took my leave from the lounge. It was nighttime. We gathered at the church in secrecy. This time, Orlok was brought here by Nicola. Gil explained briefly why he called them here.
なるほど。カジノがこの件に関わっているなら、そこで会合を行うなど、敵にみすみすこちらの手札を教えてやるようなもの。
Let me just check. This is new, right? Yes, okay.
財務省の役人、名ばかりの通貨同盟に国営カジノ。
調査が進展したのは良かっ
I
た
gotta cut someone
けど
off at least one episode,
俺
once
か
every
ら一
episode.
つ
It's a
確
rule.
認させてもらいたい。今日
街のあちこちで騒ぎが起きた。マフィアに対する反発が高まってる。
So what happened at Creta happened all over Bologna as well?
民衆の反発が高まれば、次はきっと本格的な暴動が起きてしまう。
See, it's like, okay, there's all this fake stuff going around, and it's like, okay, it's one thing if they're gonna rise up over the fact that they think Gil is using their money. Are they really gonna rise up over the rumor that Dante had an affair and they revealed his fetishes? Like, just because that's all we saw revealed about him. Like, how dare he? I mean, I would, because that's my man. Like, that's not okay. But I also have faith in him and I know he wouldn't do that.
理性を失った集団は何をするかわからない。マフィアへの反発はマフィアへの暴力に変わるかもしれない。
The people in town knew too well what happened when you went against the mafia. But today, things felt different. Like Orlok says, there's no telling what a mob mentality would lead to. I'm guessing that's what Henry wants. The other four didn't refute what Orlok said, possibly thinking the same way.
だからビスコンティがリリーをかくまい続けるのはむしろ危険かもって。
If only a secret boy would swoop in and take me.
正論ではある。
Where do you suggest I go? Yang immediately supported Orlok. Everyone was looking at me. They were waiting for my response. Oh, the answer is I'll go back to church. I'll go back to the church then. Mr. Henry likes to show up at the church. There's just something always on my mind, even before the recent events in town. Everyone will gather here for the next meeting, right? If so, it may be safer for me to offer assistance from the church.
ああ、そうしてくれると助かる。
All right, later, Gil. Don't have to worry about you getting attached anymore. And, you know, I also don't have to worry about Yang breaking in my room and kidnapping me right now, so that's good.
先日はあれだけ強く自分の元に置くと言った割に、今日はあっさり手放すのか。
仕方ねえだろ、状況が変わったんだ。俺のとこにいるより教会の方が安全ならそうした方がいい。
だが一人にするわけにもいかないだろう。腕の立つ護衛がいる。
Who will be my guard?
それなら心配ない。
Yeah, I figured.
彼女は俺が守る。今までは陰ながら護衛してたけど、
I've been stalking her all along anyway.
これからはもっとそばにいて離れない。
All that will change is that she knows I'm doing it.
君なら適任だね。住民感情を考えるなら下手に構成員を護衛につけて目立つ方が彼女にとっては危険だし。
Pleased to be with you again, Orlok.
こちらこそ。
Don't blush, this isn't your route. And thank you, everyone, for being so considerate about my well-being. Oh. I know I just told Orlok not to blush, but I'm sorry. I'm a hypocrite.
それと今後の動きについてだが、カジノで勝負した男を捕まえようと思ってる。
After investigating the business card we received from that man back then, it turns out his name is Giuseppe M. Giuseppe M. He's an officer at the Ministry of Finance and is apparently connected to the currency union. We all found out that the currency union was currently on hiatus.
なるほど。多方面に干渉するなら、実在する故障を使った方が都合がいい。
So he's just borrowing names?
その可能性が高いな。だが、結局どこの誰がそれを動かしてるのかはわからねえままだ。
もっと詳しい話を聞かせてもらえるようにお願いした方が良さそうだね。叩けばまだ埃が出そうだ。
ここはただのカジノじゃない。
I recalled what happened back at the casino. Speaking of which, I saw Roberto at the casino. He gave me information on the director. He seemed to be investigating it as well. Something about hidden secrets. And that everyone in the director's family was dead.
俺の見た限り、ディレットーレはどうもあんたに興味を持っていたようだな。
Well, the feeling is mutual.
そうか。 であればお前が餌になれ。何か面白いことを漏らすかもしれんぞ。
Okay, if you insist.
ダメだ。ファルツォーネは断固として彼女を危険にさらす真似には反対する。
俺も同じ。彼女は守るべき人だから。傷つけていい存在じゃない。
But if I can help, then
俺も反対だ。少なくともそれしか手がないって状況になるまではな。
darn it.
モディリアーニという男から詳しい事情を聞き出すまでは何もしないでくれ。状況を変えられては困る。
I nodded at his request for me to stay put. I'll just wait for the secret boy to come to me then. We continued a bit longer, exchanging information, then calling it a night. Everyone went on their way, leaving me and Orlok behind.
ここに来られて本当によかった。ねえ、リトン。
What? Huh?
私たちを助けてくれたのは一体どんな人なのかってドキドキしていたけど。
The filter over the screen makes me think this is a flashback?
シルビオってとっても素敵な人だったわ。このホットミルクもすごい美味しい。どうやって作ったのかしら。僕、ホットミルク嫌い。
Okay. I'm guessing this is previous Key Maiden and I'm gonna say Henry. I remember Julia saying there was someone who didn't like hot milk.
リトンたら、そんなわがまま言わないの。背が伸びなくなっちゃうわ。
But that's a different name. That's not... I don't know. He has a million names.
それはやだ。でしょ？いきなりイタリアで暮らすことになるなんて。私も最初はびっくりしたけど、ここは素敵な場所ね。みんな優しくて温かいわ。ねえ、あの子、ファルツォーネの？ダメよ。変なこと話したら、私たちだって殺されちゃう。銃で撃ち殺されたんでしょ？眉間を一発。粛清だって言って。怖い。やっぱりマフィアね。することが残酷だわ。
I can't figure out what exactly is going on there. Like I said, my guess is that it's Henry and the previous Key Maiden. I don't know. Were they maybe siblings or something? I don't know. A few days passed since I returned to the church. Phew. I sighed while cleaning the area. It's weird to actually be here and not kidnapped. This is so boring. Now I understand why none of the routes take place here. I wish I could do more. I know, when you got to play Scooby-Doo for 4 chapters and now you're just here. Orlok was acting as my guard, and he wasn't allowing me to step outside the church grounds at all. Well, I did agree to not do anything until the situation improved. But it looks like the situation in Berlone is only getting worse. I could feel the tension in the air, even while at the church.
残りは俺がやる。冷えるし、あなたは中に入ってて。
Thank you, Orlok. How am I supposed to talk to Henry if you're around? Orlok took the broom from my hand and quietly swept the fallen leaves. He was helping me with my daily chores while guarding me. Sister Sophia knew why he was here, so he gave him a room to stay in. Then I'll clean up inside the church. Just let me know if you need anything. Orlok nodded slightly, and I headed toward the church. That's strange. I just unlocked the door, but there was someone here already. How odd. Who could it be? Oh, it's just Emilio. Okay. I was hoping you would be Henry. He spoke my name, but I had no idea who he was. And you are? The mysterious young boy smiled.
僕はエミリオ、峡谷の人間だよ。もっともそれだけではないけれど。
Yeah, I remember we're gonna learn about the fact that you're basically immortal. That's still my theory. You're like a magical boy.
ファルツォーネと同じく古き伝承を守っている一族の末裔、今代の鍵の乙女と少し話がしたくてね。この地は今 災禍の渦に飲まれようとしている。しかし裏で糸をたぐる者の目的を君たちはまだ知らないようだ。
Emilio spoke like a fully grown adult, despite his childlike appearance. Yeah, pretty sure he's immortal.
まだ君自身さえ気づいていない。けれど真相に最も近づいているのは鍵の乙女である君だ、リリアーナ。そう。
Me?
君が君自身について知ることでおのずと見えてくるものもあるかもしれない。君を育んだすべてが君に対する助言となる。
His words were confusing me. Just tell it to me straight for once. Okay, bye. I tried to understand what he meant, but he made his way past me out of the church. Wait, Emilio. I called out to stop him. He smiled playfully at me.
ああ、そうそう。みんなには僕がヒントを出したことは秘密だからね。
What do you mean? That's barely a hint. Just like the eighth sacrament was barely a hint. Though to be fair, I don't blame you for not wanting to say what the eighth sacrament was.
ファルツォーネの血族にもオルロックにももちろん他のファミリーの人間にも秘密。
He knows that I'm helping all of them out.
たとえ試練がどれだけ厳しいものだろうと人の力で乗り越えることに意味がある。君たちの健闘に期待しているよ。
And with that, Emilio swiftly departed. All who made me who I am? Yeah, what exactly does that mean? This church? This town? Just every character? Does that include the Falzone, who's also watched over me from the shadows? I still really don't know anything. Yeah, I don't know what that means. That included not knowing myself. A day passed since I met Emilio. Leo came to the church to deliver some supplies. Hello, Leo. Things in Bologna were taking a turn for the worse. Most stores were closed, fearing the townspeople would start to riot. Jeez, it's that bad? The Falzone and the Visconti apparently had their own procurement routes and didn't have any problem with food or supplies. They were sharing them with us here. Thank you so much, Leo. You're a lifesaver.
いえ、お役に立てたなら何よりです。それより、あなたは大丈夫ですか？
Me?
なんだか元気がなさそうに見えます。
I was just thinking, that's all. I muddled my response to him. I couldn't help but think about what Emilio told me yesterday.
わかります。街がこんな状態じゃ気持ちが塞ぐのも仕方ないですよね。それにずっと教会から出てないんですよね。たまには気分転
Or
換
like
した方
just
が。
burst through that window. No, she can't leave.
ダメ。あえて危険を冒す必要はない。
You were already here.
またてめえかよ、オルロック。その急に出てくるのやめろよな。
急に来たわけじゃない。さっきからいた。ベオが気づかなかっただけ。
I was hiding behind this box. Leo came to visit so often that he had gotten closer to Orlok.
あ、そうだ。よかったらこれからファルツォーネの屋敷に遊びに来てくださいよ。
Okay. Please, Orlok. Dante's there.
サロンでコーヒーを飲んでお菓子を食べたらそれだけでも多少気晴らしになるかも。うちの屋敷は絶対安全だし心配ないです。いいだろ、オルロック。
マフィアに対する町の反発が強まってる。マフィアから彼女を引き離したい。
Boo!
ちょっとだけなら
I cut him
大
off.
丈
I'm
夫だっ
sorry.
て。屋敷に出入りするとき顔を隠せばいいし。
君を育んだすべてが君に
That's true.
対する助言とな
Whatever
る。
this means, I probably have to talk to people. The Falzone family kept watch over me all this time. I made a decision and looked at Orlok. I'd like to go, but is it alright?
ほら、彼女もこう言ってるわけだし。
わかった。もし何かあっても俺が一緒にいれば安全だし。
Thank you, Orlok. We immediately made our way to the Falzone Manor. I'm home. Upon arrival, I asked to be led to Dante to exchange greetings. Okay, yeah, that is what I would ask for. I knocked on the door and a voice called me in. Leo proceeded to open the door. Hello? He looked at me with surprise on his face.
なぜここに？何かあったのか？
すみませんカポ。俺が誘ったんです。気分転換しないかって。
I came to see you.
俺は一応止めたんだけど。
You didn't try that hard, Orlok. You gave in pretty easily. I'm sorry to intrude like this, Dante. Leo simply wanted the best for me.
事情は分かった。だが俺はそろそろ出かけなければならない。
You're the whole reason I came. Did something happen?
お前たちが会った通貨同盟の男、ジュゼッペ・モディリアーニを捕らえ、情報を引き出した。今夜俺たちはカジノで会合を行う。ディレットーレの出方を伺うためにな。ギルバートとヤンの合意も取り付けた。会合前に外で片付けたい仕事もいくつかある。せっかく来てくれたのに相手をできなくてすまない。
Oh, how I
屋
wish
敷
you
の
could
中では好き
stay.
に過ごしてくれ。
Thank you, Dante. He prepared to step out, then looked at me briefly.
会合から俺が戻った後でよければ、帰りは教会まで
Oh my
車で送ろ
god. Dante! Orlok, let him. Really?
う。ああ、少し遅くなるかもしれないが、屋敷にはニコラが残る。何かあればあいつに頼れ。
Okay. You made up for it. That sounds good to me. We followed Dante out of the office as he left. We watched from behind as he walked down the corridor.
じゃあサロンにお連れしますね。ジュリアにコーヒーと何かつまめるものもお願いしましょう。
あれ、意外なお客様だね。
We were chatting while enjoying the coffee and sweets Julia prepared. Nicola came in with a smile on his face, wiping his hands with a towel. Yes, I hope I'm not intruding. Nicola, are you hurt? He's just down in, maybe he's just down like in the torture area, just like beating some dude up. He's wiping the blood off. He tilted his head curiously at my question, then nodded, realizing what I was referring to. The towel in Nicola's hands had red splotches all over.
ジュゼッペ・モディリアーニだっけ？
Were you beating him up?
彼意外と無口だったから、ちょっと物分かり良くなってもらったんだ。
Okay, so you were beating someone up. Nicola briefly explained what happened. The Visconti found the place where Giuseppe M was staying. He rented a room in Falce, so the Falzone led the interrogation. Gil was there at the scene too and said, "Nicola, take care of the rest, will you?" So he was detained by the Falzone. God, is he down there in that tortured cell?
そんなに大した情報は持っていなかった。自分はディレットーレの指示に従ってその通り動いただけだって。
Oh. So he let that slip.
ディレットーレは相当の秘密主義みたいだね。協力者にさえ自分の意図や今後の計画をほとんど明かしていないらしい。
So that's why Dante went to the casino to see the director. Man, I want to go there. Dante and Henry. Ugh. Hearing that I knew, Nicola raised an eyebrow in surprise.
期限のある話だけど、急ぎすぎじゃ。もっと証拠を固めてからでもよ。
僕たちはこれでも誇り高くてね。名誉を汚されることを嫌う生き物なんだ。
Nicola smiled as he spoke, and Leo nodded.
向こうは俺たちを潰すつもりで来てるし、宣戦布告するなら早い方がいいです。受けて立つぞ。舐めた真似はするなって。じゃないと保険に関わります。ついでに揺さぶりをかけて何か分かれば御の字って感じなんですよね。
マフィアの理屈はよくわからないけど、ディレットーレも自分の手駒が消息を絶てば気づくはず。感づかれる前に動くという意味でなら。
I took a sip of my warm cafe latte as I prayed for a good outcome. It's nighttime. Dante and the others were at the casino. I wish I was there. During his absence, Orlok and I were having dinner at the Falzone Manor. Oh, meanwhile, blame. Well, I'm not physically there, but I'm there in spirit. Gilbert Yang and I, oh, Yang's there too. Yikes. Arrived at the casino and were greeted in the same manner as usual.
ようこそ当カジノへおいでくださいました。近頃皆様の足が遠のいておられましたから久々の再会に心が弾みます。
It is so funny how different, like, the two sides of him are. Like, the director side of him is so weird, which I've always liked. But when you talk to Henry, it's just like so soft-spoken.
やはり時勢の流れか。皆様に仲介を頼む方は減りつつあるようですね。残念です。
よく回る舌だな。裏で手を引いたのはお前だろうに。
Oh, dang. Yang just went for it.
さて、一体何のことでしょう。
わからないなら教えてやろう。今世間を騒がせている偽の10ドル札。
ここなら偽札を流すのも容易だろう。何せ国営カジノだ。
通貨同盟の名前まで持ち出すとはな。実際は完全な休眠状態だってのに。将来的にはよその国の貨幣制度にまで口を出すつもりか。
ディレットーレ。いや、セバスティアーノ・ガリエ。
No. Henry!
お前はギルバートに紙幣元蔵の濡れ衣を着せ、俺たちブルローネマフィアを貶めた。
Yeah, I think that's what he was going for.
知らなかったのか、セバスティアーノ。俺たちに歯向かえばどうなるか。
何がおかしい。
マフィアのカポともあろう方々が証拠もなしに私を糾弾なさるなど、全くもっておかしい話です。仮に私がそれらの事件を影から操っているのだとして、何のためにそんな真似をしているのだとお思いですか？皆様はそれすら未だ掴んでおられないのでは？
I love his voice actor. Wow. He just, I love the way he delivers lines. You hate the mafia. I think that's why you're doing it. Yang looked at him coldly, uninterested in explaining anything at all. The director continued.
殺しを厭わないマフィアの敵に回り、国家規模の犯罪に手を染めるなど、あまりにリスクの高い話です。
この後に及んで、自分は関与していないとでも言うつもりか。
私が本当に罪を犯しているのでしたら、無意味な言葉遊びでなく、明確な証拠でもって糾弾していただきたいと、そう申しているのです。ご理解いただけましたか、ファルツォーネ様。私自身も単なる傀儡に過ぎず、誰かの企みによって動かされているのか、それともごく個人的な事情から我が身を滅ぼしても構わないほどの憎悪を皆様に向けているのか。
I'm leaning towards that one.
私の罪を訴えたいのでしたら、単なる推察以上の理屈を得てからお越しください。
Go get more evidence. You came at me too early. It's only chapter 5.
俺は面倒が嫌いだ。
The air grew tense. It was obvious that he was ready to draw his weapon and kill him, but the director didn't flinch at all. Instead, he responded.
でしたら暴力での解決をお望みになりますか？私は一向に構いませんが、国営カジノの支配人である私は、こう見えてイタリア政府の小役人でして、もし私を理由なく断罪なされば、この町の犯罪組織にとっては向かい風が吹く結果となってしまうでしょう。
The way he talks is so fun. I just love listening to him. He was right. We wouldn't be able to get rid of him without solid evidence. We understood that very well.
ああ、失敬。私が講釈せずとも、聡明な皆様ならたやすく同じ回答にたどり着いておられたでしょうね。
As we left the room, the director kept a smile on his face without a hint of any wrongdoing. Huh. Still don't know that I fully understand what the point of that was. They showed up and were like, it's you. And he's like, where's your evidence? And they were like, shit, he's right. Where is our evidence?
リリ
What is it?
さっきからそわそわしてるみたいだけど何か気になる
Oh. I wasn't sure what to say. Nicola noticed my restlessness as well.
安心して殺したわけじゃないから。
Who? Who am I worrying about? Which he? I guess he knew what was on my mind. I might as well get this off my chest while I still can. Is he here in the manor? Is he alright?
そうだよ。生きてはいる。
Huh? Wait, who are we talking about? His nonchalant response made me wonder. What? We were finished with dinner. I held back Nicola for a bit before he left the salon to do his work. Huh? I asked him if I could tend to— Oh, him! Down in the cells. Okay. I was like, who the heck are we talking about? Nicola raised an eyebrow, saying that he was surprised I cared at all. He then told me that I could do what I wanted and gave me permission to see him. But he said that I would need Orlok to accompany me just in case. Hey! How's it going? Remember me? We have met. The man cowered in the corner. He was shackled to the wall so that he couldn't escape. I've brought you some food and water. But first I have to treat you. Let me clean those wounds. Orlok was standing behind me. The man looked oddly at both of us, then suddenly gasped.
君はあの時の
Yep, I'm Casino Girl.
君はマフィアの女だったな。ここ
Oh,
は
you don't even know where you
ビ
are.
スコンティだったのか。
Nope. It seems he wasn't told where he was brought. I thought it was best to avoid giving him information by responding to his question. So instead of answering, I decided instead to say what I could. I asked one of the people here whether I could come and tend to your wounds. I understand you're not a good person, being involved with counterfeiting. But I can't let someone injured go on without proper care. I sensed Orlok quietly watching me from behind as I tended to the man's wounds. This is horrible. He wasn't hurt beyond recovery, and he hadn't lost any limbs or organs. He didn't lose an ear, like the guy in Nicola's route. But the Mafia ruled over Berlone. I'd seen many who were critically injured, even those who died from their conflicts. But I'd never seen anyone injured from torture before. His wounds made me cringe. As I continued disinfecting and treating his wounds, he mumbled something to me.
私はあの男に利用されていただけだったんだ。
Him? As in the director?
ああ、私は結局あの男のことをほとんど知らなかった。だが不思議とさっきまで私は彼を心から信じていたんだ。彼のすることはすべて正しい。彼のために私も力を尽くそうと。だが散々に痛めつけられているうちに疑問に思ったんだ。私はどうしてあの男のために耐えているのかと。
He sounded like a person who's been brainwashed.
ディレットーレが仮面を外したところを見たことは
I have.
ない。あの男は結局自分以外の
I've seen his
人
true
間は
identity.
信じていなかったんだろ
I just don't know it. Is there a
う。
problem?
そういえばディレットーレに関わることで一つだけ。支配人室の机には写真立てがあった。
Really?
意識に止まったのはその写真立てがいつも伏せられていたからだ。
Oh.
ディレットーレが部屋を出ている隙に好奇心からそれを覗き見たことがある。そこに飾られていたのは金髪の少女が写る古い
Okay,
写
it's
真だ
gotta
っ
be the
た。
previous K Maiden. The director had a picture of a girl on his desk?
もしかしたらディレットーレにとって重要なものなのかも。
You're right. It could lead us to his true identity. The man hesitantly spoke again, seeing us nod at each other.
私がこんなことを頼めた義理ではないのも重々承知しているが、どうか殺さないでくれ。いや、 殺すならせめて人思いにやってくれ。私が知っている情報はこれで全てだ。これ以上何をされても答えようがない。
I thought for a moment, then nodded. I can't promise you anything, but I'll make an argument to let you live.
Grazie.
Hey, no problem, buddy. Hello! Welcome back, Dante! We found Dante in the salon after coming back from the cell.
地下牢にいた男から面白いことを聞いた。支配人室にある。
Here's the recap. Orlok summarized what the man told us. Dante quietly listened.
わかった。その情報はギルバートとヤンにも共有しておこう。
I also have a favor to ask, Dante. Please don't kill him.
少なくともこの件が落ち着くまで野放しにすることはできない。モディリアーニの背後関係をよく洗い、その上で奴がブルローネマフィアの敵じゃないと分かれば。
Thank you, Dante.
下っ端とはいえ、役人を殺すのはリスクが高いからな。それに、あの男にはまだ利用価値があるだろ
う。Thank goodness. Dante looked at me as I breathed a sigh of relief. Oh, he then shared with us what happened at today's meeting. Processing. Hello, sir.
本当にありがとうございます。あなたは私の才能を見出してくださった。これまでの私は誰からも見向きもされなかったのに、あなたの助言のおかげで今では街中が私の記事を求めるようになりました。
So I take it you're behind all the articles? It's also interesting that up at the top it still says others rather than like the director or Henry. I guess like even though it's so obvious they're the same person, because it technically hasn't been revealed in game that they are, that they're just gonna stick with others.
いいえ、ご謙遜を。私はほんの少し。あなたの記事が人々の心を震わせたのは、あなたの言葉が持つ力ゆえでしょう。
違います。すべてあなたのおかげです。あなたの言葉はまるで典型だ。お願いします、セバスティアーノ様。どうかこれからも末永くあなたのおそばに置いてください。
This wasn't good. He would probably act on his own accord in the name of helping me. To add, it seems like he was already being tracked by them. I silently gestured to my men, who were standing next to my desk. Oh god, is he gonna die?
セバスティアーノ様?
Oh god.
あなたはとてもよくやってくれましたね。ご苦労様でした。
Oh no. Oh, that's so brutal. Oh my. Why are you going slow again? Oh, there's another one apparently. Let down. Okay, now where I'm going. Okay, I'm here. We learned of the reporter who had been using La Gazzetta to write the false news. We were in Strano to find and detain him after we got word he was there. Is this Marco or Roberto? However... Oh no, Lee. Oliver. Oh, I'm Oliver. I literally had a moment. I'm so dumb. I just had a moment where I was like, who's Oliver? Duh. There's nothing in here. Everything had been cleared out.
部下から報告があった際には、彼はまだここを拠点にしていたはずだ。
Well, now he's not living at all.
だが、今はいない。それもただ出かけたって雰囲気じゃないな。この根城は捨てたんだ。二度とここに戻ってくる気はないだろ
う。我々の動きに感づかれたのか。
さあな。
Lee yawned while looking around the room.
多少の荒事は覚悟してきたんだが、拍子抜けだ。
I asked for the Laoshu's assistance, expecting retaliation in the form of gunfire. I could have asked for the Visconti to help, but instead of getting them from Creta, I figured it was faster for the Laoshu to come from Strano. Wait, you are Visconti.
そうすれば、敵にもこちらの動きを無意に悟られることはないと思ったが、向こうはこちらのさらに先を行っている。あまり認めたくない事実だが。
Actually, they were more than a step ahead of us. We found out the next day that the reporter was killed. We lost our lead with his death. We were going to have to find another way. They tried to pressure the director, but didn't get any information out of him. Yeah, it was a pretty big fail of a meeting, honestly. Still, their encounter with him deepened their suspicions. Well, yeah, the dude, basically said he did it. It was just like, you don't have evidence. If he didn't do it, he would have denied it. Dante looked at the time and offered us a ride home before it got too late. With that, we were driven back to the church in the Falzone car.
Ohayo gozaimasu, Maruko. 14分の遅刻ですが。
細かいな、相変わらず。ね、どうした？朝から景気の悪い顔してるじゃねえか。
顔は生まれつきです。早朝、港に水死体が上がりました。
The reporter? I handed the report over to Marco, and he swiped it from me and skimmed through it.
身元はと、偽のラスタンパに記事を書いてたやつだな。
はい。
Recently, fraudulent newspapers using the name La Gazzetta had been stirring up fear among the townspeople. The police were investigating its source.
新聞に書かれていた記者の名は偽名だったが、そいつの本名を突き止めて、あとは居場所を探るだけという段階まで調査を進めていたというのに。
こっちが見つける前に殺されちまったか。
はい。上はマフィアの粛清とみてこの件の捜査には及び腰です。
No, no, it's not mafia.
偽ラスタンパの記事はマフィアに喧嘩を売るようなものばかりでしたから。
これが粛清だって。まあ、所長の言いそうなこったな。ロビー、お前のマフィア嫌いは知ってるが、くれぐれも勝手な真似はするなよ。
Yeah, be like you were in Gil's route. Not Nicholas. A doubt came to mind. I thought of a possibility that hadn't occurred to me before.
本当にマフィアが殺したのか？組織を不当に貶めた記事
Good
の
job, Roberto. You are doing so well at thinking rationally lately. Like, what happened in Nicola's route? That you were just off the walls, crazy.
なるほど。じゃあ、お前の正義ってのをぜひ見せてほしいもんだな。お前の言う通り、俺はマフィアで犯罪者だが、同時にこの町を愛する一人の住民でもある。
Most would see this as the mafia is doing. But why was I thinking otherwise? It's just that one line. That's all it takes for Roberto to see rationally, I guess. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end today's video here. I would do one more scene, but I think this one's probably gonna go on a long time because it seems like it's gonna be another back and forth with all the mafia members meeting here in the church at night. Okay, very, very interesting. I will say, I wish there was more of the man himself in this video, Henry. We saw the director a few times, but he didn't interact with us. We've yet to get an actual picture of him, like a CG or anything for this route too, which is interesting. I'm like, guys, this is his route, show him to me. But it's still not even the end of chapter 5, which is good. You know, like, the chapters in Gil's route I felt were very, very quick. And this one, you know, we started this chapter in the last video, and we still haven't finished it yet. So, you know, maybe he's still gonna get a lot of time in his route, despite the fact that he got gypped out of 4 chapters. I'm just so anxious to, like, actually interact with him more. Like, I love interacting with, you know, Dante and Nicola and Gil and all them. That's fun, like it always is. But I'm here for a secret boy, and the secret boy is just not showing up. Where is he? I'm very interested to, like, put this together, though. Like, what is he? The picture he has, I'm guessing, is the previous Key Maiden, and I feel like he's got to be that person in that flashback we saw, and the person Julia is referring to, that lived with the Falzone. So maybe, like, the previous Key Maiden was his sister or something, and something went wrong with that whole situation, which made him hate the mafia, and that's why he's doing this. I don't know if it's, like, a lot deeper than that, or if I'm totally wrong, but that's my current guess. I'm also very interested to see, like, this is why I want him to show up. Like, how is this relationship even gonna develop with him? Because we are so deep into helping the other boys with what's going on right now that I don't see how we're gonna just like switch and be like, yeah, I want to be with the director. Like I do, but I don't know how Lily's gonna get there. So I'm very intrigued and anxious. I'm a little impatient, you know? I want more. A secret boy, I'm on his route, and I didn't even get to interact with him in this video. Why? But alas, I must end it here. Next time, Henry, please, come to me, speak to me. As either the director or Henry, I don't care, just please, reach out. But I did get some nice Dante content today, so there was that, you know? That was fun. Oh yeah, and then there was that thing with Emilio. I'm still not entirely sure what he was talking about there. He was basically just like, find answers by talking to people you know. I was like, okay, that's basically what I'm already doing, but sure. And I'm back at the church now too, which doesn't really happen in routes, except like the beginning of Orlok's route. Gil was worrying me there at the start of this video when he was like, wow, I can't believe Lily did that. I was like, oh god, please don't do like anything where Gil is like still into Lily and then I have to reject him because I love a secret boy. I love his enemy. That would be so awkward, but I think we're good now. He let me go back to the church. But yeah, okay, I think that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!